Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today's video I'll be talking about why did Chanel stop the use of exotic skins and furs. So towards the end of 2018, Chanel announced that they were going to stop the use of exotic skins and furs. This was due to the fact that it was a lot more harder to source these items, especially in an ethical way. So since they did that change during the time, they decided to focus more on, your typical leathers and looking at agri-food industries. At the time, they were one of the first luxury brands to stop the use of exotic bags and furs, because as we know, when we do look at luxury, they are known for the use of leathers, especially exotic skins and fur, due to its exclusivity. So they, of course, since they now decided to focus on other industries, it was very interesting to see how Chanel decided to assess the market, looking at what was going on, especially socially and with the environment, and looking at like sustainability, for them to make that decision to stop the use of exotic skins. But of course, when we look at previous collections during this time, especially when it comes to runway shows, you can see, of course, the use of these exotic skins and furs, especially on the popular Chanel boy bag, and of course the classic Chanel flap. So again, this was a very interesting time during Chanel, of course. Now in this day and age, if you are like a collector, somebody who does appreciate fashion history, or you like just collecting bags in general, a lot of people do focus on trying to get their hands on, discontinued pieces, or some people call them vintage pieces as well. Of course, looking at vintage items and discontinued pieces that people would like to have in their wardrobe due to their exclusivity. And of course, especially just down to the types of materials that they are made out of. Like for example, when it comes to like Chanel classic flaps, quite a while back they used to use like a very good like leather, and even down to the certain types of gold that people would opt for instead of buying a classic Chanel flap, and now just due to a quality difference. And of course, when it does come to the exotic skins, the skins that they would do was of course like snake skin, stingray, alligator, and more. And of course, this provides like a very interesting type of like texture when it comes to the actual like overall bag as well. And also they did so many different styles and colors and designs. It was very much a fun playful way to design like an overall bag, since of the different types of texture it would provide to an overall outfit. If you did want to access pre-owned bags, especially when it comes to the exotic skin bags that Chanel used to produce, you can find these on Vestiaire Collective, First Dibs, Real, even eBay, and of course some more different types of like pre-owned luxury places. But I really do think it's a very interesting collector's piece to have, especially since it's tied to, again, Chanel's overall fashion history. I do have a couple of like my favorites, which I do like the look of and probably would like to have in my collection in the future. I just think it's, again, a very interesting thing to have in your collection overall, especially with the history tied to it. But I really do think it was a very conscious decision that Chanel made. Of course, a lot of people do argue with the fact that maybe the reason why that they stopped the use of exotic skins and furs was probably that they didn't like how much they would have to pay for those items in order to use them within their clothing and their bag. But again, it's still a very conscious decision responding to the current climate at the time regarding exotic skins and furs. So yeah guys, I would like to know what you guys think about this overall topic, especially when it comes to Chanel overall as a brand and how it has developed over time, and the certain types of decisions and pivots that they've had to make, still maintaining image of luxury but still being conscious. But overall, I think especially when it comes to these types of bags made out of like exotic skins, I kind of think that's kind of overlooked a little bit when we do look at Chanel's like fashion history. But please let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. I really do appreciate the fact that you guys got to the end of the video. Please like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.